Hello there. I have found a personal favorite player I have had a long time, who is named Joona Leppänen and even known as Natu at Assembly. And now we will perform a little interview. First of all, I would like to ask you, how come you are here? Why are you here? You are not playing, obviously.
Yeah, I'm not playing, I'm here to do little things for our sponsors like Sales Years and like shootouts and meeting up with people. Had a few meetings here. I was just casting the Source final for SETT.fi. Just seeing people having fun, as much fun as you can have here. Not a huge fan of LAN events myself really anymore, but the people. There's a lot of people that I know, so just seeing people and doing work.
I mean, you're saying you're not a fan of LAN events. I think Assembly is probably the biggest part of the Finnish esport movement, or am I wrong?
No, you're not wrong in that sense, no. But but what I'm trying to say here is that I've been to these like LAN events for the past decade, so the actual like BYFC LAN thing is not something I really
You wouldn't do it yourself?
No, it's not appealing to me anymore. I mean, sometimes we have like fun LANs with my friends where we drink and play, but that's it. That's the most I can get from.
So it's the non-alcoholic part you don't like?
No, that sounds quite Finnish actually, doesn't it?
Yeah.
No. I like seeing the people. There's a lot of people I've known for like so long and stuff. That I don't get to see because I don't live in Helsinki. And there's people that come abroad. People I've known from different companies and stuff. Who I've been so-called working with in different times and different things. So it's the people I come here for, and now also some sponsor and that kind of stuff. It's not the actual event. I'm in generally the aspect of LAN events that I'm very fond of, if you know what I mean.
You are now playing in a professional team, or at least with the best players from Finland, I would say. I would like to know more about what are your goals with the team. I mean, you don't have I don't know much about the org to start with. This is new for me at least. I haven't seen Power Gaming before. Can you tell me something, tell the viewers something about Power Gaming? Is that just you guys, or is that is it a larger org?
It's a UK-based organization. We used to be a crack clan in 2009, and then some things happened, and certain people decided to start up Power Gaming. It's a UK-based organization. Ben Woodward is an old friend of mine since Four Kings.
Yeah.
And that's how I ended up working with him and the organization. It's a nice organization where I know the people. I know what I get from them. They know what they get from me, and we have a really good, and it works really well. I mean, it's a professional organization. I don't consider ourselves professional in the matter of that we don't live by playing. We all either work or go to school and stuff. So, gaming is just one aspect in our lives. But at the same time, I don't want to make it seem like we don't take this seriously, because we of course we do. We practice just as much as we have to and we can, and we will take it as seriously as it's just possible. And our ambitions is to take the Finnish Counter-Strike scene back to being one of the best in the world, like it used to be a couple of years back with the old teams that we had. And I hope that we'll be able to achieve that with, everyone's a little bit older and maybe a little bit more mature and
experience,
as well but mostly just personally being more mature, and then that, like everyone knows, we've always had issues here and there throughout times, and there's been a lot of different lineups with the same people involved with little differences. So I mean, it looks good so far. I mean, I've really been enjoying everything so far with how things have started off with this new roster that we have. We'll see how it works, I guess.
What kind of goals do you have for the team for 2011?
like I just said, we want to put ourselves back on the map, you know, as one of the best teams in the world.
Any specific event or tournament?
No, not really. I mean, just generally, you know.
Yeah.
Too bad that we missed out on the IM finals, and thus we also missing on the World Finals. But there's a lot of Counter-Strike to be played still, and whatever comes our way, we'll be there as long as schedule is just in our favor. We'll
I mean, the Counter-Strike scene has changed a whole bit last year. I mean, we saw Navi breaking through as the dominant force in the world. I mean, okay, they didn't do so well at the European Extreme Masters, but I mean, the scene has changed. Do you think Finland, with basically old school players, or pretty much old school players, can break into that domination and the new type of play there is right now?
I think Tommy Lurpes is going to help us a lot with that. I mean, he's the Wikipedia of Finnish Counter-Strike in the Finnish Counter-Strike community. He knows so much about the game, and I think he's already defined our game a lot, and he's going to help us have the ability to do that. I don't think. I mean, certain aspects of the game has changed a bit. You know, I think we need to adjust to that. I agree on that. I think we have the skill, and I mean, we're like all in our 20s and stuff. So I mean, that's pretty much like average age of the gamers nowadays. Anyways, I mean, we're not. You know, you made it seem like we're all farts.
No, not all farts, but I mean, you've been in the scene for a long time, and I mean, the game changes.
I know, and well, I pride myself always to have had the ability to change with the game. I mean, I probably had to learn this game like 10 times in the past decade. So, I mean, if you got it, you got it, and I think we have what it takes.
Isn't it time for Finland to have a Finnish get right? Some mad fragger coming up like 15 years old get into a new team. Is there any growth in the Finnish scene? If we see here at the Assembly, they doesn't arrange a Counter-Strike 1.6 tournament. What's the future for Finnish Counter-Strike?
You know, it's always been a little bit like in a bad shape ever since I can remember, pretty much. The thing is that we don't have, compared to Sweden, where you guys have a lot of like teams seem to like players don't magically assume that they'll be getting into better teams. It's just they play that they're actually be forming teams and sticking together, going to tournaments, gaining the experience and stuff. We've just not had that much here. Like, people just make mixed teams, and they play a lot of clan-based and online, but there's not a lot of tournaments and stuff here going on in a regular basis that would help, you know, grow the experience part of everyone. And, you know, I mean, we got a lot of good players, but they lack something always. There's always that one little thing, and usually experience is something you can't be taught. And we don't really have many opportunities here to raise that experience part for a lot of players that could be one of the best players in the world. There's a lot of good players here like that are not in our team as well. So.
Do you have your eye on somebody special that we can see starting deliver soon in the Finnish and the world scene?
Well, who knows? I mean, the new EGC team with our former teammate Basic and them, they have good players. Obviously, they don't have a lot of great experiences from international events. They've been to a few, but never really done anything. So who knows? I mean, if they got enough, you know, tournaments under their belt and keep going, you could see this guy called HN. He's really good, and well, Basic is good as well. He has a lot of potential, and Digitus, everyone's gone mad about him since about 3 years for his frag movies and stuff. So they have a lot of potential, and they could really break through. It's just a matter of, you know, them making the right decisions and right calls, and just playing smart and stuff like that, and getting a lot of experience and going to a lot of tournaments and not giving up like people mostly do.
But what do you think generally Counter-Strike? Many seems to say that it got maximum 2 years left and it's dead.
Yeah, the funny thing is, I remember an interview from like old school players like Keaton and stuff in like PL 2003, and when they were playing the CS 1.6 beta through Steam, and they were like, yeah, there's maybe 2 years and then we're done, and that was like, yeah, 7 years ago. So we've heard that speculation for like a decade now, and we're still all here, still doing the same thing. And there's a huge amount of,
in some ways, StarCraft 2 has I mean, the hype, the big players coming up, the stars.
I was going to go into that actually. The thing is that we still have a lot of huge crowd in Counter-Strike community. We have a lot of like the viewer base is is huge still. It's not going to die all of a sudden. I mean, a lot of I can imagine like there's millions of people that have played Counter-Strike. You know, those are potential viewers for Counter-Strike. I'm pretty sure a lot of old players that haven't played for years, they probably still watch games, I would imagine, through streams and HLTV. So I mean, it's not going to be like this, and it's not just going to die one day. I mean, I'm not going to go guessing how long it's going to take, but I mean, it's still going to live for a while.
Do you think that it was a bad choice from Assembly to not bring Counter-Strike 1.6 tournament here for the community, for the 1.6 community and so on?
Of course, I mean, it's not good. I mean, we would have wanted to get the opportunity to play together with our new team.
Yeah.
I mean, it's bad in a sense, I guess, but I understand them. I mean, TF2 has a lot of support in Finland. Counter-Strike Source has always been a big thing in Finland. So in that sense, I understand it, but I would also...
Are you disappointed at the organizers?
Not really disappointed though. I'm just like, I've always tried to argue that we have to support the mainstream games so that we help the Finnish community to bring up international, stories. What I mean with this is that the more support we give the games that have international recognition, the more potentially we can have like these stories about players like Nama who just won DreamHack and stuff, that we can use to market the sport. I think it needs those things, and it's too bad that well, it's good that StarCraft 2 is getting recognition because it's a huge game, and it's good for them. But CS is still the biggest FPS game out there, so I don't think it's time to just ditch it. But apparently they'll have it in summer. It's supposed to be just a one-time thing. We'll see.
Do you watch StarCraft 2?
No, I don't really. I've never been since like Command and Conquer 1. That was like the only RTS game I've ever really played. So I'm not really. I'm not really a huge gamer outside of CS. That's pretty much the only game apart from like casual Xbox playing that I play.
I have to ask you, showcased for this set.fi site, what's your position? You have done other things for this site too. It's an upcoming site in Finland, I understand, but if you can tell our readers or listeners and watchers what set.fi is all about. Is it promoting the community, or is it based on several games, or is it a live stream site? I mean,
it's all that pretty much.
Yeah, it's
you just summed it up.
Okay.
Actually, you answered your question yourself nicely there.
Okay, thanks.
But yeah, I mean, last summer I urged everyone that we have a huge problem. The basic thing that we need for a community and for ourselves to be able to always refer to something. We need an esports. We need a site where we can show, okay, this is esports. There's something here. There's a competition going on here, and
that haven't been in Finland in like many years.
No. There was only
like the one I would recall to, but that has been shut down for many years already. If I would say one site that I would have followed or something like that.
Yeah, I mean that's true. We wanted a site that just fully concentrates on esports in Finland, and also internationally, and how the Finnish players and teams do internationally, and all the interesting that the Finnish people would go to sett.fi instead of say the Swedish sites.
Yeah.
Because
they Google translated anyway. So.
Yeah, a lot of people here. I mean, I pretty much learned all my Swedish through and all those Swedish sites. So that's actually
that's
funny as that sounds, but yeah.
I actually have one little question about Power Gaming. You was the the leader of the tactics in other teams you have played in, if I'm not wrong. And Lurpis have been the same thing in his teams. Who is the one who leads the tactics now?
Lurpis is.
Yeah.
I've kind of always just gotten dragged into it. I never wanted to do it really.
Okay. So it's a bonus, like
it is really. I just love just being able to play and not think about it. And I got frustrated last year. It didn't work out. And, I tried. I felt like I tried everything. I just kind of lost control of the team in a sense. And the guys were away for 6 months since they were doing their military.
Yeah.
So I mean, it was something different.
I would like to thank you for the interview, and hopefully you will have a nice assembly and continue your gaming career.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
Are you going to the player party?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Nice.
See you there.
Thank you.